Hey, this is Jessica with Food Foundation, and in this video, we're going to make ramen. Not this kind of ramen, but a healthier one, from scratch. So many of you are probably getting ready to send your kids away to college. Maybe not going to college, but living near there. And most of them live off ramen. So the least we can do is maybe show them how to make a little bit of bone broth, and you can take the ramen out of the packet, throw away the seasoned packet, and make something a little healthier. If you're making this at home, ditch the yucky ramen packets. They have much nicer ones at the store, or you could use a rice noodle. You could get out your zoodle maker and make zucchini zoodles, or sometimes they have seaweed noodles and all sorts of noodles. All you have to do is take your bone broth, and you can have instant ramen by adding your noodles, and the key ingredients are the spices. So the most important thing to remember when you're making ramen is what spices or vegetables you want to add to bone broth when you're first making it. I'm going to start off with some beef bones. This is about 3 to 5 pounds of beef bones from Morris Ranch, one of my favorite local ranchers who grows pastured cattle out on the fields. They're out in the sunshine. Their meat is incredibly healthy, so you don't have to feel guilty about your ramen. So I'm only going to roast those bones for about 30 minutes in the oven just to give them a little bit of a caramelization, a little browning, but then I'm going to boil them for a really long time. So when I'm boiling them for 24, maybe 36 hours, I'm gonna start it now and make it for dinner tomorrow, so it's at least 24 hours plus. I'm thinking about seasonings or aromatics that will last a long time. So things like cardamom, star anise, clove, even cinnamon. Sometimes the Vietnamese pho has more of the sweet aromatics, and these are things that will just give it that flavor that you're wondering, how come when I always go get pho, it's delicious. Other things you can add to your ramen would be ginger, a dried shiitake mushroom. Shiitake mushrooms in particular are really good at empowering your immune system to function properly. So always add a mushroom, especially if you're not going to use bones, but you want more of a vegetarian broth, then definitely add a lot of mushrooms because it will make a umami or rich, deep flavor. You can use garlic, onion. You can do a white onion or a green onion. Any onion you have in-house. The white onion is going to last a lot longer, but I would just cut off the ends, use the onion for a recipe, and throw in the onion ends into your broth. And you can use cilantro stems. So these are the stems. I'm going to use the beautiful cilantro at the end. Like when you go to pho, they always have that beautiful plate of toppings, but you can use the stems in your broth. So once your broth is done, you can strain it into your pot, and then we'll just, if it's still hot, it might be almost ready to go, but you do want it boiling before you add it to your ramen noodles. All right, so I'm gonna make just enough for one serving. I've got my broth, it's been cooled, it's all gelatinous. Hopefully you used enough of those beef bones to have a really nice jello-like broth. So whether you are pulling your broth straight out of the slow cooker after 24 hours or you're reheating it, either way, all you have to do is take your ramen noodles, pour the hot broth over. This kind of broth is really dark from the mushrooms and the beef, and especially roasting them. When you're serving this at home, have a couple of different options for everybody's noodles, and then just make it easy on yourself and put together this beautiful platter of toppings for your ramen. Now I have a list on my website, on my blog of ramen of options, and I'll link to that below. But here you can see we have bean sprouts. Every time you get Vietnamese pho, it's gonna be covered in a heaping pile of bean sprouts. Probably I will be the only one to eat those in my family, but they're nice and crunchy and they give a nice texture. And then for aromatics, we want to think of cilantro, maybe the fresh leaves because you used the stems in the broth. Basil, I like to use Thai basil, A, because I have it growing in my garden, and B, it gives a little bit more of an Asian flavor than the basil you think of as Italian, like a caprese or pesto flavor. always fresh limes. Unless you don't have them, this is always what you have. Then use lemon and some jalapeno, just in case somebody wants a little bit of heat.
Is that the ramen I smell? Oh, yum.
All right, what would you like?
I'd like the bean sprouts, please.
I'm not the only one eating them.
I mean, they're pretty good.
What else?
Lime, and I'll take some of the basil as well, and I'll put some hallie in there.
This is my child that likes spice. I'll use my fingers. Those ones are really hot. I made a soup the other day with them that was completely inedible. So I am bruising the leaves. Of course, if you're making this family style at home, let everybody put whatever they want in their own pot, but that will release the flavor a little bit more. Taste test?
I will come back for more.
Thanks, Sierra. There you have it, a better ramen. I hope you like this video. If you do, let me know. Hit the like button and subscribe so that you always get my videos as soon as they're released. Thanks for watching.